Hello students, I'm glad that we're meeting again this bright day. I hope you're still safe wherever you are. Today we are looking at the applications of electrolysis in chemistry year 10. The applications of electrolysis in chemistry year 10. My name is Mr. Situma. The end of the lesson, the objective of the lesson is that at the end of it all, we should be in a position to explain the different adaptations and applications of the process of electrolysis. We should be able to explain the various adaptations of the process of electrolysis. Now remember that in any given chemical reaction that is done on a large scale, there is always a possibility of applications. When you talk about applications, you're looking at areas in our day-to-day life where the process of electrolysis can be applied. In which particular specific areas or spheres of our lives, or which particular industries can we apply the knowledge learned in electrolysis. Just maybe to recap on what we've already covered, the process of electrolysis involves the decomposition of a substance, an ionic compound, into the constituent components or elements. That means the breakdown of an ionic compound by use of an electric current. This is the breakdown of an ionic compound using the electric current. That means you pass the electric current through a particular medium, and then the passage of the current results into the eventual decomposition of this particular substance. So that being the case, then it means that at the end of electrolysis, we have a product formed at the anode and another product formed at the cathode. Therefore, we're going to look at which particular areas are some of these particular products going to be applied in our day-to-day lives. And therefore, in those particular areas, that's where we have the process of electrolysis, because the industries in the same sections cannot operate without the process of electrolysis. That's what it means by applications of electrolysis. Now, to start with, we look at what we call electroplating. The process of electrolysis can be applied in electroplating. What does it mean, electroplating? This is the coating of a metal surface of a very useful metal using an electric current. That means you use another metal to coat the surface of a more useful substance. If let's say you have metal A, you can coat the surface of metal A using metal B, but the coating is done using an electric current. That is what we call electroplating. Plating is the coating itself. The electro part is the current that is used in the coating of the surface. Now, during electroplating, the anode is normally made of a metal to be plated. That is to be electroplated, while the cathode is the metal being used for electroplating. The anode will have two electrodes. That way. So if I want to coat metal A, for example, using metal B, then the anode is made of the metal to be plated. That is, this will be our anode. And then the metal being used for electroplating will be the cathode. So once the circuit is completed, then there will be flow of electrons and final deposition of the metal on the opposite electron. The most common metals which are normally used in electroplating are copper. Mostly we have copper being used. We also have what we call chromium. We also have silver and tin. Now, there are some specific properties of these particular metals that make it possible for them to be preferred during electroplating. For example, for copper is less reactive. And because of its nature, it means that it can be able to prevent a useful metal which is otherwise very reactive with the atmospheric conditions. Let's say if you have an element, a metallic surface which is made of iron, iron rusts very easily when exposed to the air. As long as it gets into contact with the moisture and oxygen, it will rust. So if you coat the surface with the less reactive metallic element, then it means the less reactive metallic element will be able to protect the more reactive and more useful metallic element which is inside the structure. So by so doing, you'll be protecting it. In some other cases, some of the metallic elements or metals which are used in electroplating normally have what you call a shiny finishing. They have a shiny finishing. The surface looks very glittery and very nice. That means it can be used for even beautification of the surface. An example is chromium and also silver. Very, very shiny surface, but once it is coated on the outer part, even if the metal being coated has a very weird appearance, not a very good appearance, but once the coat of a very shiny metal is put on the surface, then definitely you will have to look at it as a very wonderful substance. We have seen this in the market. Right now we have so many people who are taking advantage of that. You could get a chromium plated watch, wrist watch, which you can buy in the streets. Normally it's very, very shiny to obtain. And so on and so forth. So some of these particular things are actually getting into the deeper part of our societies in terms of their applications. Now, electroplating is used to provide a protective coating, as I said, the metal against corrosion and hence prevent rusting. That's what I've just said. In terms of iron, when you coat the iron, surface of iron, then automatically you prevent that particular metal from rusting. The metal will not rust when it is electroplated. For example, when tin plating is done on steel, this prevents corrosion. When you have what you call tin being used to cut steel, and steel, remember, steel is a component of iron. It's actually an alloy of iron. So when it is put on the surface, then the presence of the iron will be covered by steel, and that means that the iron will not be able to rust. When you put some chromium on the car bumpers or the kettles, you've seen some kettles when you go to some of the hotels. When you look at the kettle, it's normally very shiny, but inside we have some substance that can be able to rust very easily. And the reason why that chromium is used is because it's sometimes very hard. It's not easy to scratch. And remember, these are substances that are used on a daily basis. So because of that, it is always important to have a substance that is very hard and difficult to scratch. So chromium is very hard and therefore will resist wear and scratch. It means the surface of the kettle, for example, will not be scratched easily because of the continuous use, whatever it is. Remember, when they are cleaning up the kettle, they also use so many different substances. For example, they can use the steel wool. So if they are scratching the surface with steel wool, the kettle will not be scratched to expose the actual element of metal which was used in the manufacture. The chromium is also shiny. That means it gives a shiny surface on that particular structure, the substance being coated. Therefore, the final finished product will normally be very, very nice to look at. So that is one of the examples of electroplating. The other example we can look at is the purification of metals. Now, in the extraction of metals, we normally obtain these metals in their crude form. We don't get the metals when they are already purified. For example, when you go to the areas where the mining of sodium, mining of different very important elements are done, you discover that the ore itself, the metal ore, is deep inside the ground, and once it's dug out, it comes out with almost all the impurities. Now, once the process of electrolysis of the extraction reaches a very crucial end, then it is important to be able to make sure that you purify the metal. We shall be able to look at the actual method of purification of these particular metals in our next segment of our discussion. See you that particular.